Hi there, Joel from Jones's, and today is a great day. It is delivery day for the 1979 7.3 liter Power Stroke Ford diesel truck. This truck's been here at the shop for a really long time, and today's the day that the owner comes and picks it up and takes it. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to give you guys a walk around and show you kind of all the really cool features and all the custom stuff that we did to this truck. So starting at the front, you can see massive LED light bar, LED floods, 12,000 pound worn winch, iron bull bumper. Truck has a military theme, so this is Desert Storm tan as well as olive drab. Wanted to continue with some industrial feel for it, and so we went with some standard bungee type hood latches off of a Jeep. Get the hood open here and you guys can really take a nice shot of the engine compartment. So we detailed out the engine compartment, still maintaining the olive drab and the tan theme, along with some really nice aluminum surge tanks and a custom aluminum radiator, as well as all the intercooler setup, the dual batteries. The powertrain started out life in a 2000 Ford Excursion, and it was wrecked. And we ended up buying it at a wrecked auction, and then we used as many of those components as we possibly could. The airbox, the hydraulic brake booster, as well as serpentine belt drive and all of the intercooler tubing and intercooler itself. We're running vintage air for the air conditioning, and the remaining powertrain is pretty much stock Ford truck stuff. This one was a 1979 single rear wheel 1-ton, so it has a Dana 60 high pinion front and a Dana 60 rear. Then we took a divorced transfer case from an earlier Ford truck and married that to our Ford automatic overdrive. So now let's come around and we'll go and take a look at the interior of the truck. One thing that you will notice is these mirrors. We deleted the wing window, and then we mounted some Chevy aftermarket towing style mirrors on the truck, because the old farm style mirrors that the Fords had just wouldn't work with our theme. Okay, so coming into the interior, you can see we've got a custom door panel. Continued with the olive drab and the industrial look, but we tried to make it a little nicer by adding in some King Ranch leather on the Excursion seats with some heavy baseball stitch. Also took the center console out of the Excursion and painted it olive drab. And then tried to detail out the interior as much as we could. I built a custom headliner, wrapped it in King Ranch as well. So the truck smells really good on the inside. Carrying on over to some more custom work, full gauges. I mean, every single gauge you could imagine: boost, exhaust temperature, speedo, tack, all the temperatures, trans temperature, oil temperature, as well as pressures, volts, standard stuff. And then we have a whole bunch of LEDs: oil pressure, charge indicator, water and fuel, overdrive, and then 2 alarms. Coming down to our switch panels here, we have interior winch controls, front winch and rear winch. And then we also have controls for the front lights, those front LED lights, as well as the bed lights. This truck does not have a cargo light, so we thought it would be really good to install some under rail bed lights, as you can see there. So one thing that still has to be done on this truck, and it's probably going to be its next stop, is that all of these LEDs and all these lights are going to have the pinstriper handwrite in all the labels. Like we have the wait to start right there, the check engine light for a lot of the indicators. Okay, so that pretty much sums up the interior. So we'll go around to the back of the truck. Again, went to iron bull for the rear bumper. The rear winch fairlead is at the plater, getting plated in olive drab to match the front. Added in auxiliary LED backup lights. And then the chassis. Underneath the chassis, we went with Aero. Bought a 45-gallon tank from them. Did some kind of military theme stenciling underneath. You can see the D60LS. That stands for Dana 60 Limited Slip. And the Aero 45G stands for an Aero fuel tank, 45 gallons. Again, trying to stick with kind of a military type theme for this truck. Tires are 37 1250 Toyos. In this side toolbox compartment, we mounted onboard air, so it has a air compressor as well as an air tank. And get that shut. And then what would a big truck be without an air horn setup? Blow your eardrums out air horn. Turn on some light here. Now you guys can see underneath. Again, we continued on with the olive drab detail all underneath. Added in the rear sway bar. Tried to black everything out as best we could. There's our divorced NP205. Our front drive line, as well as our high pinion Dana 60 front. So this truck actually runs and drives really, really well. We'll go around and start it up. Adding in that hydro boost unit, as well as doing a full high steer conversion and outboarding the steering box with a Chevy box, made this Ford truck actually steer like a Chevrolet, which anybody that knows these old Fords knows they don't steer very well. So again, there's the Dana 60 high pinion, sway bar. Again, we kind of carried through a whole bunch of zinc plating. The steering stabilizer brackets are zinced, sway bar brackets are zinced. Tried to add as much detail into this truck as we possibly could, but still maintain the industrial look. So now we're going to hop in and run it down the street and do a little test drive. Okay, here we are inside the truck, and we'll get it fired up. Wait for the wait to start light to turn off. This truck is, like I said, it was a donor vehicle. It was a 2000 Excursion, so it has all the electronics for the powertrain off of the 2000 Excursion. Stereo has Bluetooth, so this is a Warrior Products winch-mounted license plate that'll go on the back once we get our roller fair lead back. So here we go. We'll go for a little drive. Sounds like a Power Stroke to me. Go shift through the gears. Now this truck, like I said, because it has the Hydro Boost brakes and the high steer and the Chevy box, it actually drives significantly better than these Ford trucks ever did. Got Skyjacker lift springs on it, and they were never known for being overly soft. We put as much sound deadener inside this cab as we possibly could to try to drown out some of the diesel noise, but and it's not overly offensive. It's a little noisy when you're accelerating, but not terrible when you're just cruising. Let me get some air conditioner, some defrost going here. Like I said, it's got a vintage air unit that has full defrost, runs the air conditioner. Test drive would not be complete if we didn't test out the air horn. So I'm gonna blast the air horn here for you guys. Hopefully you heard that. It's really loud. So here we are. We're back. So if you want to, if you guys want to see this truck in person, you can check it out at the 2014 Portland Roadster Show. Thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.